Hey everyone, it's Christine Gritman here with Social. And I want to make sure, yes, I'm not muted. Okay, whew, good. Today's been a technical difficulties morning. But I am here with Lucy Hall, who is here all the way from the UK. Say hi, Lucy.
Hi.
And I have Lucy on. A lot of you may have seen that I am doing themes for Social, monthly themes this year. And April's theme is British Invasion Month. And that was originally because I was going to be in England at the end of April. That is not happening now, but I'm still bringing my wonderful British friends on, my smart friends, to teach you all sorts of great stuff about social media. So Lucy, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me. So obviously my name's Lucy and I'm the director of a media company over here in Kent, which is near London. And we run communities and social media conferences and digital conferences, as well as having a content agency as well.
That's awesome. And you also have gotten a lot more into the digital community components of those conferences. So instead of having them be just one-off events, you've really gotten into fostering online community. Tell us a little bit about your move into that.
Okay, well, I think anyway, community is really important, especially meaningful community. And with social media, obviously, community is it's the perfect place to foster community and create meaningful communities, because you can bring large amounts of people together in one place who are really interested in the same thing or the same cause. And so I just thought, first of all, with the type of conferences and events that we create, instead of just having a one-off event, for example, it's best to be able to bring people together all the time throughout the year, keep them learning, keep them together. And then when they do go to the conference, obviously, people are going to know each other. And also, it's just, do you know what, at the moment as well, I think community is so important. I know we'll talk about that a little bit later, but I think community at the moment is so important with the fact that we're not having much human interaction. And I guess some people have that all the time as well. Some people literally, they go to work, they come home, and that's all they do. And being able to have an online community with like-minded people around them just means they have that space to go where, they feel that they can say what they want and be who they want.
Exactly. I love that. So I know that you have created a community around your Digital Women event. Do you have any, because I'm a part of that one, do you have any other digital communities going on at the moment, or has it really kicked off with Digital Women?
Okay, so actually part of the work that we do for clients is we create brand communities for our clients as well. So as you know, there's audience communities, two completely different things. An audience is people who just they watch you, they see you, and then maybe they'll buy from you and they'll follow you. But community is a place where it's not about you, it's about the people within the community. And so more meaningful conversations happen, and people just feel much safer. So I did kick off last year with Digital Women Community. I'd already run some other smaller communities as well online. But with Digital Women, I just felt like there could be a place that we could bring these amazing people together to share skills with each other, and it evolved from there. And I think having a mission, empowering 1 million women through digital skills, has really helped to get other women behind that.
And I think
but yeah, we do run various other communities. So we're just kicking off again our social media marketers community, Social Day, because we also have the social media conference. So at the moment, when people aren't able to get to the conference, we're giving people access to lots of value, lots of video content, and a place that they can talk to each other and kind of chew the fat about social media. We're also running a brand community for a triathlon company, for example. So swimmers, runners, and cyclists, they can't go out and do much of that stuff at the moment with the way things are. I mean, they can do some running, I guess, and a bit of bike riding, like for an hour a day or something, but you certainly can't go swimming. So within this community, people are sharing, really cool things like bike riding hacks. They're kind of swift times and all this kind of thing. So people want to get back into their training in the community. They're in there sharing playlists and different training styles. So literally anyone can build a community around anything. And I guess that's an example of it. And they can start now, like this is one that's only just started recently as well.
I love that. And I want to go back to something very, very important that you said about the community, which is that it's not about you. It's not about you putting forth your things to sell. It's not about saying this is only for you if you're going to pay us for something. It's about getting those conversations started and lifting each other up. And of course, I'm pretty focused on Digital Women because that's a community that I am part of yours. And I actually spoke at one of your Digital Women events in London last year. So I want to hear kind of the history of how that grew. So Digital Women started as an in-person event. I'd love to hear how you've grown it, not only to incorporate this online community, but also to incorporate the awards ceremony you just did and the virtual event that you're going to be putting on. So let's hear that whole journey.
Okay, so last January, we decided that we was going to run an event with NatWest. We could have up to kind of about 250 women in a room together, learning or sharing digital skills and learning from some really inspirational speakers who've done really cool things within the business and I guess digital world. So I thought, do you know what? Let's set up a Facebook community. So I was part of something called Facebook Community Leadership Circles. I don't know if you have. I think you do have them in the US as well. But they've just closed the program, and they're circles of community leads who have Facebook communities that get together in different cities with Facebook funding it, helping you to be a better community manager. And one of my friends was the lead for London, and I joined that, and he asked me, could I come along and help out and that kind of thing, and I was like, yeah. And that was at the end of 2018, and I met, oh my gosh, I met the most incredible people who run the most incredible communities. So I really got to learn the difference between meaningful community and sales funnel community. You can really see the difference with the things that the leads who are running communities where it's about other people and not themselves just put so much heart and soul into it because it's about the people within the community. And some of the people I was talking to, I was just almost in tears. It was just like, wow, you're literally saving women in Nigeria from abusive relationships and that kind of thing. And, or you're connecting people all around the world who live in different, in a different country, and stuff like that. And it's just like, these people are really doing meaningful work. I just thought, I want to do something meaningful. So we've got this event on the horizon, and I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to set up a community for women who either work in digital or who have a business and they're using digital and they want to, use it to their advantage. And then also for women who want to learn new digital skills so that they can compete in the workplace, basically. We know there's a lot of disadvantaged women as well that we can't get to at the moment who aren't necessarily privileged enough to be online on, using the sort of platforms and tools that we use. So eventually we want to get to those people. So with that idea in mind, I thought I'll set up a community and see where it goes. Literally within a few weeks, we had like 500. And by the first event in March, we'd had 1,000 members in this group. And the exciting thing about the group was that it wasn't just anyone joining. It was people who really got behind it. So if you're in there now, you see how much interaction there is in there. How much people are sharing and talking and that kind of thing, which is really great. So because of that community aligning with the actual event that we brought together, it meant that we were able to understand what people wanted to hear about for the actual event as well. And we found speakers from within the community for the event as well. And then what happened is we completely filled out the event, and we did one in March. And then by November, we'd done another event for 250 women. In 2019, gosh, we're only like in March, aren't we? This year feels like it.
It's been very, very long.
Exactly, it's been very, very long, yeah. But the amazing thing is that this is a great example of how you can have a community that is a business, but it is also very much for for its community and for its members. So it's actually helping people. So our ticket price for the event is very low. It's only £25. But because of the audience that we have, we're able to attract sponsorship. Yeah, it's just been really incredible because it's been such a short journey, but yet we're able to put on events that we was just about to have another one last I think like a couple of weeks ago, well, 20th of March, 12 days ago or something. And all the tickets were sold out for that as well. And we did spend no money on advertising. We don't have to do that. We'll just post in the group who's coming to the event, make sure people know about it. And the tickets sell out. It's very, very easy because people want to come. They want to see their friends. They want to connect with other people and obviously learn skills in person, because you can do online events, which are great. Nothing beats as well that in-person interaction, So yeah, and then we decided, let's do an awards.
I love that you put on an awards ceremony, and I didn't realize just how young your Digital Women community was at that time. I didn't realize that it had only been around about a year before you did that. So talk about how you decided to do the awards and how that worked out, because that was very much an online and in-person meshing.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. So the idea was that we wanted to make sure that we're celebrating all of the great work women are doing online in digital. So I don't know if you know this, but I don't know if it's globally or if it's just in the UK, but about 75% of people working in digital are actually male. 25 for women. That's tech, digital, kind of like all in one.
Yeah, I was about to say that's surprising to me, but then again, I'm on the marketing end of it, so we do have more women than other areas of tech might, perhaps.
Yeah, well, I think
that's incredible.
You see a lot of women who are very visible and talkative, but actually there's still
the minority.
More senior positions, and certainly men are getting paid more still, and that is because of lots of different issues that maternity, like having children, that kind of thing, and so and because of career breaks, all of that. So what we wanted to do is just start to highlight some of the work some of these women are doing. So we set up an awards and we just asked people, we set up some categories, and you never know which are going to be the right categories to start with. There are a couple of categories that literally no one entered, so we got rid of them because we thought this is not right. But we had to see if there was anyone for them. But the majority of the categories had over 100 people enter into them, which was absolutely incredible. And Digital Women of the Year had I think over 200 or something like that. It was so hard.
That's incredible. I love that you got such an enthusiastic response. And of course, people were nominating themselves, but then people were also nominating each other within the community, which was fantastic.
Yeah, so we encouraged people to nominate each other at first, because sometimes people feel a little bit funny about nominating themselves. So we ask people to nominate other people, but we don't take that entry. So if somebody nominates someone, we don't use that entry and give that to the judges. What we do is we say, you've been nominated, so please give us more information so it can count. Because what we wanted to do was have a credible awards. There's a lot of awards out there where you have to pay to enter. A lot of money, sometimes £250 or $250.
Yeah, it's like you're just kind of buying a trophy and some exposure. You're not necessarily being rewarded for being excellent.
Exactly. And then the tables are like £6,000 or £600 a ticket, and it's just not reflective of what we wanted to do within our community. We just want to make sure whether people came to the event or not, they can still win. You don't have to come, but you can still win. We just wanted to make sure that we could share a lot of these stories from the women that entered, and that they could be judged appropriately. So we had a lot of entries, especially for Digital Women of the Year and Role Model of the Year. That was a big one. And we found some incredible judges from around the UK, and we brought them all together at NatWest, which is bank here. And we sat down and everybody took their top people into the room, and we decided who were going to be the winners, which was really exciting. And then probably the last gathering, 11th of March, before all of this went down.
Yeah, it was the last minute you possibly could have had it. It was really to the wire there.
Yeah, because there was not even any talk of, there's going to be social distancing or anything then.
No.
Because Cheltenham, I don't know if you know about this, but Cheltenham Festival was the weekend after, and that had 60,000 people at it. So,
and they had it? They still had it?
Yeah, they had
Oh,
it.
goodness.
So our lockdown has been almost 2 weeks.
Very recent, yeah. It's
It was a week
crazy how much has
before the
changed in that
lockdown.
short time, but it's so great that you got kind of a last hurrah at the
We had
event.
Marlborough, so that was really good. And we just had a celebration in like a quite a trendy bar in London. It wasn't an expensive event. It was like a £75 ticket because we thought, let's make this about the community. Let's get as many people to come along as possible, without making them pay hundreds of pounds. So we didn't do that sit down. We didn't think this was the right thing. The sit down around a posh table with the bow tie on and that kind of thing. We made it really casual. We had a comedian, kind of like in speakeasy style
The people
bar.
did look amazing. I saw the pictures. You had a professional photographer. You had an incredibly decorated event. It looked just so fun and so beautiful. And everyone really, dressed up to the nines. It looked really amazing.
You have to come next year.
I know.
We'll do Digital Women Awards New York.
Yeah, well, you and I had talked about putting on a digital women event in New York, and then our plans kind of fell through. And thank goodness, because we'd be stuck holding the bag. It was going to be in April.
Oh gosh, it would have been really terrible, wouldn't it, if we'd have actually done it. Goodness me, we should definitely do it though.
Yeah,
we should do it.
Oh yeah, as soon as we're able to plan again, I'm totally down for that. So and you said that you were going to be having a Digital Women event in March. That did you wind up not having it at all, or did you turn it digital?
So basically, sorry, I've had a bit of a. Yeah, I don't think it's the C word.
Okay, better not be.
Yeah,
we need you.
Yeah, I'm here. So that was going to be the third one in a year. So literally the first event, do you remember, was the 10th of March last year or 11th of March last year, just after International Women's Day. And then this year, the third event was on the 20th of March. So literally just a little bit over a year. We was having our third event, our fourth event if you include the awards as well. And we had amazing speakers. We even had like World Wildlife Federation.
Wow.
To keynote. They had like global content there to talk about mobilising 1 billion people. So this was going to be an amazing event, really great value, loads of amazing speakers, skill sessions, people getting together, and obviously we had to postpone it. Mm-hmm. So the NatWest contacted me and they just kind of said, look, we're not going to be putting on any events for the next couple of months because obviously, it's dangerous. And I was like, yeah, of course, I understand that. So we haven't cancelled the event, actually. We've just postponed it. Mm-hmm. So, and most people are happy. Well, everybody seems happy with that.
Yeah.
And they're saying, we're saying as soon as we can get a date in the diary, we'll reset it for another day. And what we've done, though, is we've created a skill sharing event. So it's not the same as the in-person event. It's not the same kind of platform, not it's the same platform, but it's not the same kind of style. It's a different style. It's all about everybody in the community sharing 20-minute skill sessions.
I love that.
Yeah, because it just brings everybody in. Everybody's got something they know, and you're going to be doing it. You'll be in it, won't you?
Yes. I just need to finalize with you what you want my session to be on. But that reminds me of something you've actually done previously in the Digital Women group. Just on the Facebook group, apart from an event, which is you also had Skillshare sessions going on. Talk to us about that also. So
I think that's really how it started off. I was like, let's just everybody share a 20-minute skill session live into the community. It's a great way for people to get to know what you do, but it's also a great way to share a skill that you have with someone else, because we don't know everything, right? A lot of us know a load about social media, but we don't necessarily know that really cool thing about SEO that's going to help us get to the top of the search engines, or maybe we don't know like loads of really cool hacks about Instagram, for example, and somebody else will know that. And by giving up time for free for 20 minutes, you can also learn from other people for free as well, and be part of this community for free. So I think it was a really nice way to do things, and we had like quite a lot of people immediately sign up to do that, which is really cool. And that's why I thought, let's do skill session and use a platform. We're using Hey Summit, which is like an online summit platform. It seems really good because you can just put everything in and it like makes the whole thing for you and does it all for you, and it's like, wow, this is good. This is really good. We'll see what it's like on the night, obviously. But yeah, so it's just going back to that skill sharing thing where everybody gets to share 20 minutes skill session. We're not looking for professional speakers, we're looking for people who genuinely know something and they want to share it. And that's one of the best ways, to learn, isn't it? When somebody actually knows they've actually done it, they actually know it, and they love it. So,
and that's also an incredibly valuable thing to be putting out there right now for your community, because digital skills are probably even more important now than they've always been. There's so many small business owners out there who don't necessarily, who haven't been really focusing on it. And now they're sort of split into two camps, right? Some of them are saying, well, I can't do things, so I'm going to just put this on hold. But then others are saying, this is finally an opportunity to pay attention to this thing that can keep my business alive in this time of social distancing.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's so important. And it's, again, we're doing it for free. We're not charging anything. And I think that's what's really important at the moment. Like, people aren't at that stage of their needs where they're looking for really inspirational things, or they're looking to part with a lot of money. And some people are, don't get me wrong, but the general feeling is, it's stressful out there. We're stuck indoors, we're working from home. There's a lot of the time we've got kids running around as well, and we're trying to homeschool and do all of these things. Don't sell me anything right now. If I want to buy it, I will. But just be there for me. Show me that you care. Because when we come out of this, the other end, and you've nurtured this community and you've helped these people, they're going to be there for you as well. They're gonna remember that. And I think that's really important. And that's why community right now, and just retaining the customers that you've already got as much as possible, if you can. And I know some people can't in the moment. It's really hard. Is really key. I think it's really key. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the thing that's great about this is that you're not just popping on the scene to do this now because it's, the moment to do it. You've been already providing these skill shares and this virtual community to your community already for all of these months since you start for a year, I guess, since you've started the Digital Women Online community. So it's you've already got that credibility of being a help.
Yeah, and it's no different, really, is it? Because it's no different from what you do. So you're out here all the time. You're creating these social media. You do these social media interviews, and you give away all of your best advice and your best tips. And you know what? It helps people, and the people that can't pay you to do it for them or to coach them, they're still getting enough value that they can learn this and then go away and do it themselves.
Yep.
And then, who knows, 10 months down the line, they might have done so well with your advice. They're like, do you know what? I need you.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it doesn't matter because you've actually just helped someone, which, what can be better than that?
That's really huge, and that's so important, especially now. But the fact is, if you've been doing it all along, it doesn't ring as false. So I think that's really important for sure. Has interaction and the needs of your group changed since all of this, like in the past few weeks, or has it been sort of chugging along as usual?
Yeah, it's changed. As most things have changed, definitely. So the type of I had to think a little bit about the type of content that I'm sharing in there personally, to try and make it just a little bit more lighthearted, because when this whole thing hit and it went into lockdown, even just a little bit before that, everybody just wanted to share their articles and their takes on the COVID and stuff like that, COVID-19. And it's just like, I had to make a decision. I had to tell the other admins, like, we're going to have to say no. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to not approve it and just say, look, if you want to share things. And people started going crazy and just sharing all their, I wouldn't call it spam because some things are really helpful, but they went crazy and there was a lot of people sharing things in there. So I said, don't share. And I started putting up like kind of thread images, share. If you've got a course, share it here.
Yeah.
Because people are mad. Oh my gosh, now I need to create a course. Now I need to create something online. And this is a digital women community, so everybody's going to create something digitally. Hopefully, most people are, and which is really great. But it can be really overwhelming for people in the community who aren't doing that or aren't in that mind space when they see all of this stuff, coming in at them. So we had to change it a little bit more to be a little bit more, strict about what's going in there.
You're moderating the conversation that your group is having, not because you're trying to silence people or stifle people, but because you want to keep it valuable.
it needs to be kept valuable, and people can share that, but just in the right place, because I think that's really important. And so at first, actually, with Digital Women, I didn't have any moderation on at all, so people could just post in there, and you'll get the occasional spam piece, but not very much at all. But as the group has got bigger, and you accept people in, they sometimes straight away send something spammy in there, and it's really hard to know who's going to do that and who's not. So now we've added that moderation piece, and people have to answer a question. I promise not to spam. I confirm to the terms and conditions and that kind of thing before they actually come in there. And I think that's worked really well now, and I don't think people mind that. But things have changed. Things have definitely changed, and I've been trying to share some more light-hearted things and funny things and that kind of thing in there as well, just to kind of bring the mood up. And I talk a lot about this because I get a little bit overexcited. But one of our digital women who got top 40 women digital woman of the year, I think, and she also won an award for the VA of the year. She got some PR piece in their publication. You can't see any news at the moment. Like, it's all about the same thing. There's no news, is there, apart from that? And she's got this piece of news, and she said, I just want to let you know that, from the press pack, because we created a press pack for everyone. They could send it out to magazines and everything as well. And quite a few people got PR, which is really cool, on websites, magazines in their local area. It's just a great way to build up their, their local authority and stuff like that as well. And she said, I've got this piece, thank you very much. So I shared it in the community. I was like, some good news.
I saw.
That had the most interaction I think we've had for quite a few days, because making sure that happy, good stuff that's happening that has to shine through at the moment, we need to be sharing it to help it really shine, because this is a really shit time at the moment. I'm sorry, I swore.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really is. And that's really great that you are lifting people up, not only by giving them skills, but also by celebrating their wins, because there are still wins happening right now. And the fact is, even if things are on pause for a bit, hopefully we'll be able to keep our businesses afloat, especially digitally, so that we're still there on the other end.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap up in just a moment, but I did want to get to one key thing, which is that you have this great community. You've talked about how you've been serving them, how you've been fostering those conversations, how you've been building those skills. But how have you built the group to begin with to have all these members and to have the right members?
Okay, so I think number one, the most important thing is to have a mission for your community. So that mission for us was giving 1 million plus women digital skills, empowering 1 million women through digital skills. Sorry, I should know my own strap, but that's what it is, and that's quite a strong mission statement. And then also understanding who it is that you want to have in the community. That was the other thing. So I knew it was women either working in digital or women who had businesses, or then the other audience, which will come later. But these two are the most important ones at the moment. Knowing who our audience was and making sure we're inviting those people in, and then using the right language that's going to help them and infuse them. And I think just all of the time making sure that you're introducing people, putting great content in the community, and asking them to invite other people as well if they find it helpful is a good way to grow it. And I would say we're not the fastest growing community on Facebook. We're very slowly and steadily growing, but we're retaining all of our members. We are having, out of something like, because I think we've just got quite a few hundred members in the last week or so anyway, because I guess more people are looking for refuge. But just being able to, sorry, I need to cough, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh no, be healthy, Lucy.
I'm sorry, did I mute it?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I've been coughing for the last couple of days, so I'm a little bit worried about it.
Oh no.
But I hope it's just, I'm not going out anyway, so I'll save everybody else. Sorry. So yeah, just making sure that we put really great content into the community, and making sure that people know why they're there. And you can see, like I said, you can see by our statistics, having around 2,500 people in the community, but more than that now, and having something like 2,000 of them actually active and in like either commenting or engaging with content in there. Just goes to show that we have something that people want to be part of, and I'm just hoping that, well, I'm just going to work on growing it even more over the next few months.
I love that. Thank you so much, Lucy, not only for empowering a million women, but also for nurturing such a great community that is about serving, not selling. Now tell people where they can find you, because you wear a lot of different hats. So where can people find you online?
Okay, so for me, if you like the randomness and to find out all of these different things, I do quite a lot with on my Instagram stories. So in my Instagram is lucy.shall, so lucy.shall. Twitter is lucy.shall, and then the various communities, Digital Women, across all the boards is Digital Women, but the L is a 1, so you get that, yeah?
Yep.
And then we've got Social Day, which is socialday.live. We've got loads of social media spotlights and that kind of thing. Actually, Christine, I think I'm gonna ask if you want to be in one of those as well, because I think
oh, nice.
Really cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm down for whatever. We'll talk.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, and that's it. That's where you can find me.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Lucy. And again, I do this show every single week where I talk to my various smart friends about topics in social media. Next week, I will be with live streamer extraordinaire Ian Anderson Gray, and he's actually a professional singer as well. So he specializes in teaching people how to perform on camera, basically, which is what I'm doing right now. I mean, I have to have my voice a certain way, I have to look a certain way. He helps people put their best face forward on camera, and so this is a great time for him to be on, because a lot of us are on Zoom calls, video chats, all sorts of video that we may not be used to. So he'll show you how to put your best foot forward next week. And yeah, thanks for joining us. Bye!